Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Season 2. Oh, you know what the f*** is going on in this latest episode now, don't you? In last week's episode, Max, Callus, Magnus, and Flipper infiltrated the capital city of Galavandriel, but went Splitsville shortly after. Callus went along the western walls and tower. Flipper tried to be an assassin from Assassin's Creed, but failed, epically. Magnus rolled his way into a float and joined the parade. Sort of. And Max took the most obvious route, the scenic route. While they traversed the city, every single one of them ran into obstacles of their own. Callus went face to face with his true arch nemesis, stairs. Flipper caught the attention of guards, escaped them rather quickly, only to be stumped by anti-sticking material, if that even exists. Magnus couldn't escape the float, so he was stuck in it, but he did figure out how to operate it. While Max was welcomed and joined in on the festivities. Oh, about time, he deserves a break. Through a class of, let's call it Seinfeldism, Callus and Flipper's shenanigans led to no results, but did have them both fall and crash into the same float that Magnus was stuck in, and they were all trapped together. While the three goofballs were trying to figure out what to do, Max made it to the front door of the king's castle. For theatrical reasons, the door was locked, but that didn't stop our protagonist from trying everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything from firstly knocking on the door, then trying to barge in, then trying to look for windows, and that was it. As Max was left to ponder for alternative ways to get in, Callus thought of an idea and made something called the Giga Mega Blast Stick, and accidentally lit it in a small confined space. What a fool. For humorous reasons, the three were able to avoid being turned into hot stew and ended up creating a way for Max. When entered the throne room, the only room in the castle, Max was stunned as he met face to face with the evil king. Here is where we go. Episode 20, baby! King Flabbergast! Yahoo! This is going to be awesome! Sitting before Max rests the evil king that has sent Galavandriel into chaos. Although he knows he is there, Max can't fully see him due to the light of day not showing his full figure, like most typical ominous reveals of big bad guys would do. Is that supposed to be the king? I can't see past the light. Come on, man. Poor lighting as usual. Max squints his eyes to try and get a better look, but the light of day contrasting with the shadows where the king sits makes it near impossible for him to see. The king grumbles, aggravated that his intro has already been spoiled due to poor lighting. Can't blame him. It has ruined a great deal of many scenes among many films and shows. None come to mind, but that's a topic for another discussion. With his introduction sullied, the king stands, walks down a small set of stairs, and then slowly towards the light. As he steps into the light, he is slowly revealed to Max, who meets with him in a growing expression of awe. Standing before Max is a man with no flesh, but rather all bone. Holy crap, look how cool he looks! He's wearing a shiny crown and dons a red garb that hangs off of his shoulders. Typically awesome. Under the garb, he wears a raggedy, centuries-year-old attire that is nothing fitting of his era, but looks similar to Max's era. Okay? He smiles his skeletal face. Well, technically a skeleton always looks like it's smiling, but for the sake of storytelling, I imagine the writer had good intentions. So, for the 6th time now, please folks, use your imagination. The king smiles at Max and stares at him with glowing eyes. Awesome. Max stares back at him with his awe expression. No way! You're a skeleton? That's so cool! The king is flabbergasted. I saw what you did there. The king is flabbergasted by Max's unnatural response. I'm assuming he was expecting loathing and disgust, but nope. He clearly doesn't know who he's up against. You have chosen a fine day to mount your siege onto my castle. Have you no idea what today of all days is? Holy crap, it can talk! What? Max is clearly a few seconds behind. His continued admiration for the king's appearance is throwing the whole scene off, as well as the king himself. Is he serious? He snaps 3 times in front of his face to get his attention. Huh? Oh, sorry. Max shakes his head and snaps out of his dopey awe expression, finally, and shifts to a more scene-appropriate expression that looks slightly over-dramatized. It's you, the evil king that I've heard so much about. I'm here to put an end to your reign of terror and save the people of Galavandriel. That's better. What the hell is that voice, Max? Oy. The king smiles as Max finally gets with the picture. He looks around the scene to see small tape marks placed all over the ground. He knows what they are for, but you don't, so I'll try my best to explain it for you folks. You see, those tape marks that you see are used to indicate to an actor when in mid-performance where they need to go during a scene. Different colors mean different moods or actions they need to do while mid-scene. Blue is for slow-paced monologue walking. Red is for aggressive and meant for physical action. Yellow is urgent, and orange indicates the end of talking and the fighting is about to begin. Now I know saying all that and seeing a bunch of orange tape all over the floor tells you that this is just one big fight scene. But you're wondering, why is there still dialogue between Max and the king? I wonder that myself. Enough! Cease your mindless chatter, you invisible narrator, and let me do the scene before I have your tongue removed. I have the power to do that, you know. Oh my God! How dare you talk to my narrator like that? That is the last straw. Really? That's where he draws the line? I know he and I had our differences, but he's been tormenting me since day one. Only I have the right to talk back to him. Oh my! He really does care about me, folks! I think... wait a second. What's my line again? It's, I'll take you on here and now, and then you draw your sword after saying that. Capiche? Right, thanks. I'll take you on here and now. After messing up his line delivery, Max attempts to grab and unsheath his sword, but struggles to pull it from his back. The sword is too long and his arms are too short. However, he manages to pull it out in a way that would violate all CCOHS safety guidelines, as well as a number of studio and health and safety risks. He slowly pulls the blade up and out with one hand on the hilt. Then with his other free hand, he grabs the sharp blade. For the love of God, Max, don't you know what a sharp blade is? And lifts it out until it is free, only to drop it on the cold, hard floor. You moron. Upon witnessing that horrid display, the king is visibly stunned and face palms. A palm 5? There will be plenty of time for you to palm 5 when you're in hell. Oi, wow, that was just awful. After delivering that garbage of a line, Max picks up the sword and holds it firm in both hands. He readies to fight his fight to end the mad reign of terror. Wait! We have completely skipped over my introduction. Both you and your stupid chatterbox narrator have glossed over the entire point of this episode. It clearly says episode 20, King Flabbergast. Who's that? That's me! And enough with that stupid, crappy hero voice. Oh, sorry. So, where do we go from here, then? Hold on a minute, let me check the script. No, not here. No. Aha! I'll start here. Go back to your position of holding the sword in both hands like you were doing before. All right. Max nods and does that. The king gets into position and readies his monologue. Finally. Now see here, Max Dougal, for what reason... Just as the king was ready to give Max a tongue-lashing, the float that Callus, Magnus, and Flipper were in crashes into the castle, interrupting his speech. Holy crap, what the hell is that? It rolls in and causes both Max and the king to jump out of the way as the wall collapses behind it and continues until it crashes into the throne. Max and the king get up and look at the float. The dust from it clears, but the float shakes side to side while the three inside bicker about.
Dang it, Magnus! I told you to stop, not speed up!
It's not my fault. This float has been moving at the same speed since I got in it. Maybe it was Callus whipping up some sort of spell or something.
Don't look at me. I haven't done anything since I launched my Giga Mega Blast deck.
Then how did we end up crashing in this thing? And where the hell are we?
Who knows? Probably some rock dwelling.
Do you suppose you could move it, Magnus, since it's a rock dwelling? It's sort of like a mountain in a way, I guess.
Not while we're still in this wooden cage, I can't.
Why is the float that is supposed to be the mountains, but is now shaped like an ass, crashed into my throne and talking?
Wait, who said that?
I did.
And who is this, I did person?
The king is about to lose it, but then realizes he's been given a golden second chance. He was asked of who he was and took that opportunity and seized it to rectify Max's careless mistake. He smiles and stands tall and proud. Atta boy, King Flabbergast. Oh, it is I, King Flabbergast, in the bone, ruler of Galavandriel and your worst nightmare. Come and face me, if you dare. Max claps after the king's performance.
Bravo!
Why would he do that? You know that's the bad guy, you stupid.
Did you say that you're the king? Have we finally made it into your castle? Does that make us dirty rascals?
Indeed you have.
Never mind that. Did you say that this ass-shaped float is actually a mountain?
So what if I did?
Oh, bother.
Oh, no.
Oh, crap.
Simultaneously, Max, Callus, and Flipper sigh knowing what Magnus will say and do next. You do too, so cover your ears. Even though you can't see Magnus, I bet you viewers at home can possibly feel and easily just picture him grinning ear to ear as he's about to do his, response.
Well, Your Majesty, it's funny you should say that. Why? Because it just so happens that I can move mountains with ease. And you know why that is? For I am Magnus, the Mountain Mover!
Holy crap, he's loud. But I bet I can top him. As he announces himself for God knows how many freaking times now, Magnus digs his hands into the float and rips it in half, freeing himself and the others. Why couldn't he do that earlier? Whatever, let's just keep going. They come out one by one and are happy to see Max and go to him, completely ignoring the king. Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, Max, you're here. You made it. How's it going?
I say, Max, being here at the same time as us is very fortuitous. Attaboy, Max. Way to share the glory. Max smiles and nods to his party members and are about to share in a delightful conversation. However, they are interrupted by the king's hideous laugh. Hey, that sounds like a D&D move. They all cover their ears in discomfort and turn to the king. Yeah, how does it feel, Magnus, you stupid, annoying poo-poo head? Even though my introduction was ripped right from under me, and I was able to recover, you still managed to hog the spotlight. Well, no more. It's a good thing that you have all grouped up, because I'm going to take you out as a party, so that I will have to do no more introductions. Come now, and face me to meet your doom. The king grows as he draws forth his power. His size has doubled Magnus's and breaks through the roof of his throne room. After he finishes growing, he wraps his arms over the room to surround Max and his party. He then wiggles his fingers, and from the tips, black ooze drips down to the ground. Little troop of ooze for you and you and you. It fills the room quickly and swallows the entire party whole.
Wow, look at that ooze.
Wow, look at this strange poopy stuff. Trapped inside the ooze, they are separated from each other, and each are met with a large, separate, darker ooze that morphs into different shapes. The ooze summons into the party's greatest obstacles they've encountered since traveling together. For Callus, the ooze splits into 5 smaller oozes, and then takes form of middle-aged men and women, all dressed formally. Retirement agents! Good lord, they're horrible!
Hey, look, it's 5 guys. Uh-oh. It's the retirement agents.
Not today, you blasted fools! For Magnus, the ooze shrinks and takes the form of an old lady? Wait, huh? Is that an old lady? She's hunched over with her back turned to Magnus, distracted by a projection of apples? What am I supposed to do with her? Okay, where's this going? Hanging down from her back and left wide open is her purse with a small sack of gold. Oh, he must use his -20 stealth proficiency to try and steal from the old lady. Oh, okay, that's kind of funny, I guess. For Flipper, his obstacle is simple. The ooze splits into two, one large piece and one small piece. The large piece forms a table with lips to prevent something from falling over its edge. I think I know where this is going. Wonder what this table is. The little piece spins until it forms into a 20-sided die. I was right. Flipper grabs the die, then goes to the table. He shakes in terror after he reads the message left in the middle of it. It says, "Roll higher than a 12 to beat me!" Flipper must beat the RNG gods!
By gods, no, I can't, I won't!
For Max, he takes his sword and swings it for the first time ever and instantly eliminates the ooze before it even takes shape. Hi-ya! He advances forward and meets with King Flabbergast and his giant state and readies to face off with him like a giant boss in an RPG. Hell yeah! It's me and you, King. Come, Max Dougal. Le jeu commence. Max smirks, looking determined, and responds to him. Je m'appelle Max Dougal. What? And that is the end of... Wait, that's the end of episode 20. What? It's just getting to the good part. Why are you doing this? Don't do... Wait. What's that sound? Do you guys hear that? Wait, what was that? Is someone here singing? Holy shit, it's a singing turtle! Dancing monkeys! Ah!